Greetings, everyone. This is the Rock and Roll Spot Convention with the Weekly Comic Roundup. We are getting close to done with this week's roundup, so let's kick things off now with Alien Paradiso #1. So, this miniseries takes place in 2152. If I remember correctly, 53. So, approximately a little more than 10 years after the events of Alien Romulus, and 30 years approximately after the events of Alien. So, the setup is a Ricky Valentine, a crime boss in a smuggler of various things, is holding a meet with a bunch of other crime bosses on the resort planet of Paradiso, which is also owned by a totally legitimate businessman, absolutely legitimate businessman, Carlito Magni. The Colonial Marshal's office has learned of this meeting and has sent two marshals undercover as guests at the resort to at least to gather in evidence and to potentially put at least Valentine away. So the issue opens 18 hours from now, and some of the guests of the resort meet grisly ends at the hands of xenomorphs, as well as others also have as well. But the story truly begins with Valentine arriving at Paradiso, and he and his entourage setting through weapons scanners and telling the staff of the hotel to keep their guns warm for them. But and Valentine meets with Magni and is shown to his entourage is Valentine's entourage is shown to their suites, and Marshal Dash has snapped some pictures of Valentine. We then get the marshal's briefing on Valentine, and one of Valentine's security people back in the present is making rounds of the resort and reporting her findings. Later, one of Valentine's guests arrives, and he's supposed to be accompanied by three others, but he's not. He's late. Valentine's not happy about this. Valentine speaks to the man, Sujin, who And Valentine says that his Sujin's conduct is pretty disrespectful. Sujin is I'm in a talkative sort at the moment. Says that he got an opportunity to pick something up more lucrative than Valentine's cargo. Valentine asks who's willing to pay more than Valentine, but and Sujin begins to respond by saying that it was the way, and a chest burster pops out of his chest and slithers off. In full view of everyone in the restaurant, at the bar at least. Valentine's security detail says that they need to go now, and the chestburster goes and slithers into the vents. Dash and his partner said they've never seen anything like that, and they need to radio it up because it's bigger than they thought. Maybe Valentine's smuggling bioweapons. Magni has the particular part of the resort locked down, basically cut off from the rest of the planet. And the ground crew at the docks discover the bodies of Sujin's partners, all seemingly having recently birthed xenomorphs, and that is where the issue ends. I like it. I like the concept. I like the story. It's cool. It was a good issue. It's a good issue. Moving on, though, to our next book, we've got Star Wars Ewoks, number 3. Where we left off, General Koyata had taken Wicket as a hostage to guide them towards, as a hostage guide, basically, to guide the Imperials to the cache of weapons that Koyata is certain that he can find on the he can get to on the planet, on the forest moon. So Wicket ends up leading them along the way that they're supposed to go. Turns out Wicket can speak Basic, but he is communicating in Ewokese often with the translator droid of one of the bounty hunters or one of the mercenaries who had been hired by Koyata. Xsev was, but they come to the Endless Lake, as Wicket refers to it. It was once a great village, but it was sunk by Orkhan, the king of the underwater kingdom. But Wicket said some racialings that could make the crossing at least somewhat safely. But Koyata's like, no. We gotta, go. We cross now. The village is debating what to do about Wicket. Asha and Midro are tasked by Chief Trippa with rescuing Wicket. As the Imperials and their guide and their mercenaries are making their way across the lake, they're attacked by baby devil serpents, who are blasted rather promptly by Zuckuss and 4LOM. However, after that, the lake gets quiet. Too quiet. And King Orkon appears, riding a queen serpent, and basically delivering all of the Imperials and their guide and mercenaries into the lake. However, they are eventually saved, or at least they manage to get out. Wicket's able to save Xev for Orbank. Trooper 4 is rescued by 4LOM, and General Koyata was rescued by Zuckuss. At the edge of the Endless Lake, Asha calls forth a Condor Dragon, and her and Midro ride the Condor Dragon in search of Wicket. Midro is quite impressed with Asha being able to call forth a Condor Dragon. But as the Imperials and their mercenaries and their guide continue, 4LOM tells Wicket that he's going to be the one that's that Zuckuss will, or 4LOM will be walking beside Wicket. Zuckuss, Trooper 4 makes some insulting comments about the general, who overhears them. But he explains that they don't have to go much further. They're already at the cave. However, the general notes that the cave is open. He closed it with construction droids, and something is coming from the cave. The giant beast known as the Gorax, and that is where the issue ends. Fun issue. I like the fact that Wicket is bonding with Orbank and Xev. I imagine that's going to make for an interesting point as the story concludes. But anyways, moving on to our last book for the moment, we've got Star Wars: The Battle of Jakku, Republic Under Siege, number 4. So where we left off. A rebel intelligence operative, Barons, had been murdered, looking into the assassinations of various potential New Republic senators. But Admiral Akbar, you show up with Admiral Akbar talking with Mon Mothma, and being worried. He's worried about Lando because the group that Lando led into the Inuit region hasn't, or the Inuit sector hasn't reported in yet. However, they do. They arrive at Chidrilla just then. Luke and Leia are discussing what's been going on, and in a briefing about the death of Calder Baron, Luke makes a suggestion: take a small force, maybe just him and a few other pilots, to go into the Inuit sector. Because, well, the Republic's lost so much from the rebellion, from the Imperials. Well, maybe it's time the Republic hit back. Back with Moff Adelhard, Lieutenant Lieutenant Alicia is able to gives Adelhard intelligence about Renat Skewer, which is hard to dispute and impossible to dispute, really, and that her loyalty, she's not as loyal to Adelhard as he believes. Meanwhile, Valance has got a small fleet, which Luke meets up with, and they're headed towards the Inuit sector. But Adelhard prepares to rid himself of Reina Skura, but basically she makes it clear that he's not the heir to the Empire. And a Trandoshan bounty hunter shows up. Fighting invites Adelhard's chief stormtrooper and defeats him. But and so Lieutenant Alicia has kept on with Reina Skura, and she basically, as this is going on, the Republic and Valance's forces are attacking Adelhard's fleet, and something comes off the not the flagship, but they can't tell what it is. And Lady Luck shows up, and turns out that what was Skura basically says that she's taking control of Adelhard's fleet, and yeah, they're she has no interest in continuing hostilities. But apparently what came off of the flagship was an escape pod. It's unknown if there's a. It seems there may be some survivors of the escape pod's landing, but it's unclear. And that is where the issue ends. Oof. We're getting to the final act of the Battle of Jakku, which is going to be largely the battle itself. Things have been getting pretty interesting. But anyways, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Blue Sky, Instagram, Mastodon, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.